Hey guys, Jacob Moon with Jacob Moon Moss, and today I have a brand new video for you guys on G1 based Fortress Maximus. Yep, I made one, and I want to go ahead and say it. This is my very first viewer requested model. Thank you so much. In Ferncliff, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I don't know. Anyways, I'll give you a link to his channel in the description below. Go check him out. Like his content, please consider subscribing. Alright, so yeah. This is G1 based Fort Max. Yeah, Fortress Maximus, so for short, Fort Max. And he's pretty cool. I got well, he's not really a minifig, but he's the guy of the day. Weird Galador Nick figure. Hinges are a little squeaky. This is from McDonald's Polybag, and if you've ever watched Just Too Good's strangest or creepiest, or I don't know what he called that video, but this guy was on there, so that'd be fun to get him. I got him on Bricklink. He wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $1.50, $2, I think around that range. Yeah, so yeah. And he is not as creepy as he looks like in the photo in person, but he's still kind of freaky looking. So, move him out of the way. Here we have minifig for scale with Fort Max, and he is pretty large in comparison to a minifig, but nowhere near as large as he should be. I think a minifig should be close to a stud on this guy. Let's bring in his headmaster. I forgot to bring him in earlier. Here is Cerebros. And you may recognize that design. It is very, very reminiscent of my Bruticus head. And then here is Spike. So, yeah. Fort Max's gun. Nice sniper rifle. Really like this design. May have to use that for more men. And then I stole Starscream's sword. And I might, in the future, make it double-edged by giving it more orange on the back and round it. I don't know how I'd do that yet, but if I were to fix this, that's what I'd do. So, yeah. What else to say? Not much. Really, this is just a thank you to the fan, to Inferncliff, for suggesting me to build this guy, because I would have never thought to build this guy if it wasn't for him. So yeah, no, ignore this little blood blister I got. Got it from the monster truck of all things. I mean, come on. But yeah. So, let's see. I guess we'll go ahead and make the head. So, you take the Cerebros, you're going to rotate his arms up, like that. Or rotate this around, and then rotate these around as well. Now, I watched a video from Starscream 20, and he basically built a Fort Max, and he used the same head design, just his Fortress Maximus was incredibly large, and if you ask me, the head is just a little off scale. But then you're going to rotate the face, and then rotate the back of the head. And you're going to take Spike here, which Spike is basically just a stud and a T-joint. I couldn't, in this scale, the only other option was a stud, and I did not want to do that. So I went ahead and attached the T-joint to him. And I'd say it looks pretty good. I mean, you've got like a feet and arms, maybe heads, this little bulge there, or little bump, I don't know. But we're just going to attach that to this bottom stud here, like that. And there you go. You basically have G1 base Fort Max's head. And he looks pretty good on there. So, speaking of Fort Max, here is the main body of Fort Max in space battle cruiser thing basically just a third mode so they could get it in there. So yeah, this looks pretty good, I must say. I really like this mode. Definitely not better than robot mode by any means, but it's definitely one of my favorite modes. And so, as you can see, I put little rocket boosters on the bottom. I don't know if that's how it actually moved in the show, but I could just kind of imagine it. Maybe. Alright, on the back, got a couple rocket boosters here. Not really much else to say. He does have his cannons that can be moved up and, well, you move it up like that, or you can move it via the hinge that it has right here. See, up and down. And he's even got his little square block on the side here, which you can rotate. A little weird how this thing works. There's not really a better way to attach it on there to the side. So, that's what I came up with. Alright, yeah, not much else to say about this mode. So, let's go ahead and transform him into City mode, which is probably what he's more famous for, I think. So, you're going to rotate that up and rotate this. Now, I tried my best on these legs to get them as close together as they could. A friend of mine, Shockwave640, he had some good advice on it. My only thing is, I just did not really want to change the leg design that much for something that didn't really seem that worth it, you know? I'm sure you know. Alright, so yeah, that's what I came up with for the legs. You turn them in like that into City, and then you can bring these up. The ramps fold up and bring down the arms to support the ground, and these basically become like runways for airplane takeoff. At least that's what I think. You might, there's been so many different versions of G1 Fort Max, so you just kind of go with what I thought worked best. And then you rotate these down, and basically you have G1 Fort Max in City mode, which City mode looks pretty cool, I guess. Not my favorite, though. I really like Battle Cruiser, even though it's just basically a third mode that they could just squeeze in there. So you can see I got the legs as close as I could with this design, but there is a better way you can do it to make it more, and definitely give a huge shout out to Shockwave for trying to help me. I really appreciate it, but I just didn't want to change it, so nothing against you and your building skills. It's just personal preference, I guess. So yeah, minifig, bringing the head. Definitely tell a size difference. And let's go ahead and get onto robot mode, which is definitely my favorite of all three of his modes. So to do this, you want to start by taking these guns and folding them up. They'll just help you. That will help you in the future whenever you're building. Oh wait, I forgot to mention the gun still poses. And then yeah. So what you're going to do next is you're going to straighten out that and then straighten them out again. So like that. Then we're going to come up here and move the, well, let me fix my camera. Move the ramps up in like that. Now this is the hardest part for me. This is what took a while to figure out. You take the towers and you bend them back and around, revealing his little cannons that he has. Sadly, I did not make them where they could fold out and fold in. I thought about it, and I could not come up with a good solution to that, so they basically just got stuck there. Alright, and you're going to try and make him stand for now. Next, you're going to rotate his arms down, which are the ramps, and you're going to rotate that back. rotate the arm inward, and there you go on that side. And now this side, there you go. Now you want to get these legs straight, and then you can fold down the cannons to just basically kind of just lock it in place, I guess. I don't really... Oop. Now, problem with him dropping is he kind of shifts around a lot whenever you drop him like that. But yeah, he's alright. There we go. Alright, now comes the harder part. Or, I guess maybe more annoying. Then you're going to fold the arms in. And you're going to take this top part here, the ramp. You're going to slide it. Now the clip is a little loose just because of age, I guess. You have to get me another one. I'll find one later in my collection. Alright, and now straighten the arm out and fold that in. So basically go from that to that, and then you can fold this tower up just to hide it out of the way. As you can see from the side, it looks a lot better than just having this thing sticking out. So yeah, go ahead and do that again on this side. Slide, bring down, and then fold that up, and then squeeze, move the arms into place. Now once you have the arms in place, you can position them how you'd like, and you're pretty much done. So next thing you're going to do is just pop his head on, and we are finished. That is G1 based Fortress Maximus. And I gotta say, thank you, because this guy looks awesome in this mode. I really, really like this guy. I don't know if you agree, but I really like him. Details, he's got his knee cannons, which if you ever watched Timmy Turner or Fairly Odd Parents, you've got the red kneecaps reference to that. But yeah, this guy is awesome looking. I love the way the cannons become, like the little knee guns. He's basically all armored up and ready to be shooting. He's got these here. He's got these here. He's got this one here, which probably my least favorite of them all. Just because in order to move it to where you can actually shoot it, you have to bring it out and then rotate it up, which makes it look a little weird. But I kind of just tend to just leave it down. To me, that's probably my least favorite thing about him. And his tracks, which they kind of transform the same way the cartoon toy did, with getting them out, just bending them out of the way a little bit, which it doesn't look terrible, it just doesn't look good. So yeah, back of him looks pretty good though. You can see all those rocket pads he had, and you can definitely see the towers, which I love how I made those towers fold up like that. I think they lost some structural stability, but it will look so much better that way. Alright, so let's give him his gun. Go ahead and just give it to him this hand. Let's see, hold, yeah, it holds, okay. And then give him his sword. And yeah, that's basically it for this guy. I mean, he looks really cool, and I would have never thought build this guy within 10 years if it wasn't for Infern Cliffs. So if you guys really like this guy, please go check out his channel, because he is the one who asked me to build this guy. And there's your quick pose. Just something I come up with. And let's bring in some scale. So, I'm going to bring in the only Transformers I actually think are technically in scale. Alright, so bring in some scale. Now, these are the only ones I would actually consider maybe being in the same scale as Fort Max. Because, you know, Fort Max transformed into a city, so he's got to be pretty large. So we're going to bring in the stars from the last video. There we go. Yeah, that's about right, right? Yeah, sure it is. No, still, actually, you know what? I actually kind of think they are. I think that's about right. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? Are these guys in the same scale? Yeah. So that's the smallest three I have. I think I got one more. There he is. I'm not gonna go grab him, a hothead. So yeah, that's those three. Let's bring in some bigger scale. Here is Omega Supreme, which I gotta say doesn't look that bad next to Fort Max, but still wouldn't consider them in scale. So it doesn't look that bad in comparison. Alright, go ahead and bring in Bruticus, who I'm sure my fans love. And Fort Max is definitely bigger than Bruticus, but I think Fort Max would probably come up more about a lot higher to Bruticus than just that. So yeah. Let's bring in some. Here's Powerglide with him. Oop, hit my camera. There's Powerglide. Move these two out of the way. So yeah, there's Powerglide. Looks definitely wrong. Because all these other guys, they're just a little too big to be in scale. Hot Rod. Now they look great together. These guys look great on the shelf. I'll go ahead and say that. I might have to do a shelf share video where I show what my shelf actually looks like. But these guys look amazing on the shelf. Bring in Kickback. Soundwave. Replace those two Autobots with two Decepticons. Being very careful when doing it. These two, again, they just look awesome on the shelf. What I do is I have my Autobots on one side and then my Decepticons on the other, and they look great. But yeah, so Decepticons, they're little, they're all right. But I think the Autobots are really good. There we go. Now this is where we get to the fun part. Oh wait, I can't do that one yet, man. Here is this guy. Nowhere near as good as the next one I'm going to show you. Or the last one I showed you, I guess, technically. This is Starscream. And I love my Starscream model. Yeah. These two look pretty good together, especially. Except for whenever you consider this guy is supposed to be a city. That's the only time whenever you start to think, wait, that ain't right. But they do look pretty good together, like this. Move Starscream. Here is Sea Spray, Transformer number 5. Speaking of, this is number 14. I mean, come on. Wow, where is time gone? I am surprised to know. This is 14, so I got one more until I'm at 15. Whoa. Alright, and then finally, Optimus Prime. The largest one I've ever made. And the problem with these guys is scale, but size-wise, they look awesome. Scale-wise, they don't at all. There's Roller. So yeah, that's about it for size comparisons. And that's about it for this video. So, I want to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. This has been Jacob Moon with Jacob Moon's Mocks, and I'll see you guys next time.